部队里面有一个角色就叫 Snake，
对的，
对吧？然后就黑的那个，
对的，
然后那个白的那个叫什么 White Storm， 风暴，对吧？
对，
白色风暴，反正就很有气。叫 Snake 还叫的还蛮多的。我当时忘了问，就他们为什么一开始队名叫 Snake？ 我觉得蛇这个还
蛮凶的感觉。
感觉有点凶，不过蛇也分很多种类型了，就是有那种攻击性很强的，也有那种见人就跑的，这也是有
胆小的蛇，对吧？
对的，胆小的那一种。
那接下来这场就是老干爹，
嗯，
说为什么说到 ID 呢？老干爹这个 ID 上一周小白来的时候说，哎，你们老干爹辣酱赶紧搬一箱过来。然后他们说自己其实已经好久没有吃到老干爹的辣酱了。
这什么概念？赞助他们？
哎，真的有老干爹这个辣酱吗？
有啊，
就叫老干爹。
那不然为什么他们叫老干爹？
不，连我都知道。
我一直记得有一个辣酱叫做老干妈。
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Demacia Cup. Of course, coverage in English here on Twitch TV. Brought to you in part by your friends at Gosu Gamers and Games in Asia. My name is Rapid. I'm here with Nero, and we'll be covering the Demacia Cup for tonight. We're just going to be heading into our second best of 3 of the evening. Of course, if you guys missed the action between Snake and Ray, our first 2 teams, it was a dominant 2-0 victory for Snake over Ray. Snake looking incredibly strong. Not sure if they're quite ready to hit the LPL, but in the LSPL, still looking incredibly strong. Currently in 3rd place there, and moving on to face the winners of our second best of 2.
Yeah, so it is going to be LGD versus RM. I'm definitely hyped up to see this matchup, but will RM are kind of a mediocre team in the LSPL, so I don't really see them winning here. But if they can show something impressive, I'll definitely be happy with that.
Yo, big thing to point out is that this is the first time in the Demacia Cup where you have RM as an LSPL team facing off against LGD, one of the middle teams in the LPL. So the battle between the amateurs and the pros, it's going to come head-to-head here tonight in the Demacia Cup. LGD, always that LPL team that can kind of beat all the lower teams and lose to all the higher teams. They've had some shining spots, and one of them has been a new player to this season's LGD roster, and that has been Wayless. So talk a little bit about where Wayless came from and what he's doing, what he's looking like so far.
Yeah, so he's coming from LPL, from actually being one of the most impressive mid laners right there. He got sucked up into the LGD slide lab. Now he's doing really well in the LPL. Actually, his team is not doing so well, but he's still being the aggressive kind of mid laner, showing a lot of strength, playing this LeBlanc actually, who would rather get picked into the support role rather than into the middle lane in the LPL, but actually bringing up it into the middle, playing it really well, and he's showing a lot of good performances. But yeah, PYL being their captain right now, they are still looking for the best performance that they can pull off.
Now to talk about LGD's competition here tonight, it's RM. And RM are an LSPL team that, I mean, they look okay. They can split 1-1 versus most of the teams that they play against, but they've currently sitting at, I think, 10th in the LSPL scores, so they're not, they're kind of occupy the same space that LGD does in LPL, both kind of middle-of-the-run teams in their respective tournaments. So should be an LGD favored matchup, but RM can pull the upset. They have picked up 2-0 victories before. I think their only 2-0 win this season has been versus Energy Pacemaker Carries. So that's a team that we actually saw in the beginning phases of the Demacia Cup, but can't remember exactly how they did there. So both teams have professional experience, but LGD coming in with the advantage.
Yeah, definitely LGD coming in with the advantage. But talking about RM, they have the jungler Chue right there, and he seems to be playing a lot of Vi lately. So he definitely loves that champion. And he has some other junglers up his sleeve. But if LGD come out with a Vi ban, this may get a little bit rough for RM, because they definitely want to get their comfort picks, especially facing off such a team.
All right, well, we're going to be hopping into Game 2 here, or Series 2, second series of the night here in just a minute. At least, hopefully, just a minute. I wish I could figure out as many fun and interesting things to talk about as these Chinese casters. Most importantly, I want to know what is on those cards that they hold up. I'm thinking their votes. We'll get a chance to find out as we move on through the standings. Of course, the Demacia Cup action is only here. It's 1 day a week, so you better get it while you can. We already saw one best of 2 with Snake moving on over 2-0 over Ray. But now we have to find out who their competition are going to be. And like I said, in one of the first battles between an LPL and LSPL team, it'd be really cool to see how the amateur scene stacks up against the pros. That's what I love about the way that LPL has kind of changed. Like, they always have the possibility of getting new teams in. And so this season we have Young Glory and World Elite Academy coming in as extra teams in LPL. But we'll see if we can get even more competition between the two teams as we hop here into the Champion Select for Picks and Bans game or series number 2, LGD. They'll be the team on the right-hand side in the red, and they'll be facing off against the RM, the LSPL representatives in the blue.
All right, so there comes the Jax ban against 17. So he's one of the newer guys in the LGD, actually. They're exchanging their top laner Star. But yeah, this Jax ban, and yeah, so RM can do the research easily, but is LGD actually interested in the LSPL teams while they are playing in the LPL? Do they really do the research on the low enemies that they will be facing, so to say? Because I don't really see that 5 ban coming out as of yet, and there's a Rengar instead.
That's true. Interesting that they banned the Rengar. I feel like that Rengar ban is more of an LPL ban rather than a team-specific ban versus RM. Because at least the way that RM have been playing most recently, Chue is a Vi player. He's been playing pretty much nothing but Vi recently. We'll see if he brings that out or if LGD target ban him even after banning out that Rengar.
Yeah, so we'll see how it turns out. And the Kale ban coming out right here. So we have seen Kale in the previous game, and it was kind of useful, but, well, Snake used her recklessly, so to say, because they were still going for the incredible dives, losing 5 members in the enemy base, so we can't really judge the performance in the LSP on this champion. But yeah, the Lee Sin ban coming out from LGD, so they do not care about this Vi at all. We'll see. The first pick, Gragas. Is it going to be this Gragas locked in? Yes, it is.
All right, well, you're a little bit ahead of me, so we'll see if we can get everything synced back up. But 2CM, grabbing that away, just getting a strong pick for the top lane. Still looking to go into a 2v1. That's kind of the standard meta in China right now. It's what we've seen basically every game for the last few days, so probably won't see anything different this time around. Chuan is going to grab most likely the Jarvan, but could pick up just support in top lane. Also, maybe a mid lane pick there on the Lulu, depending on where they want to go. That's probably going to be Wayless's Lulu there in the mid. And yeah, Chuan's going to grab the Jarvan he hovered over earlier on.
Alright, so yep, this Jarvan and Lulu. On the other hand, Thresh and Orianna hovered over, and actually a lot of Orianna coming out right here. Not much of her we can see in the LPL. Actually, we have seen Ari coming out lately, so yeah, the mid laner's changing by a little bit. And yeah, they will lock in that Orianna in just a second, most probably.
Still looking for an attempt at grabbing this this pick out here. One brief moment while we try to get everything back and up and running there. Apparently having some minor technical issues. Try to get those all worked out. Just going through picks and bans, probably nothing exactly too important that we're messing out right now. One moment while I try to get that back up there on the screen. Trying to hit some overlay buttons. Apparently having we have a few minor issues.
Okay, so just to talk you through what's going on the screen, we have Braum and Lucian locked in. And on the other hand, seems like it's going to be a Corki and Evelyn. So we have an Evelyn in the jungle, the one that we haven't seen for a long time right now. We have the Orianna, that is kind of a new mid laner right here. And also this Braum didn't get banned, once again getting picked up, but this time around it's by LGD, so PYL, one of the best supports in the China, playing this Braum will be quite interesting. And Syndra seems like she may make her comeback into the middle lane in this game.
那么哇，中单哦，我觉得辛德还是一个比较适合韦神性格的一个角色。关键是在上一期英雄代言人。
All right, now that everything's back and ready to go, apologies for some minor technical difficulties. The interesting thing to see here tonight is I want to see the Evelynn. We were expecting the Vi pick like we were hyping up before the game, but bringing in Eve into what is kind of I'm not really seeing the synergy here for RM, and of course they're going up against LGD, who actually have a lot of synergy. They've got hard engage and damage to back it up. And not just to talk about their bottom lanes, PYL, one of the long-standing members of the team, he's bringing up things up with XQ on a Lucian. Now, Lucian Corki, very strong early and mid-game carries. We'll see a pretty good battle down there, but probably, like I said, we'll be starting off with the 2v1s.
Yeah, so we'll see, but no Vi pickup. And this Evelynn coming out instead. Another thing we expected to come out from RM, because there was a lot of Vi play. For the previous 4 weeks, they were playing only Vi. It's a little bit of a change in mind right here.
Yeah, but Evelynn does offer still a lot of early pressure as we load into the game. Gonna see probably the 2v1s counter that pressure out a little bit, because it used to be that you 2v1 so that you could pull Evelynn out of the jungle and force her to 2v2 you trying to defend the turret. But now the junglers are actually 2v2ing in the jungle instead of in the lane. They're a little bit safer, but it still takes Evelynn off the map and prevents her from getting those big, 5 to 10 minute ganks on out there. Still great for scouting. It might be used here for an invade, but RM going up against LGD, there's a little bit of a burden on them. They come into this matchup representing the LSPL. A lot to prove here versus their LPL brethren in LGD. So I'm pretty excited to see what they have to offer. Evelynn, possible snowball, and a big way to start out the game with maybe some sneaky tactics. We'll see what the LSPL have to offer here tonight.
Yeah, so the hyped up matchup, LSPL versus LPL. And actually, yeah, as we said, of course, the favorites here are LGD. Well, I don't want to be skeptical towards RM, but I already want to talk about the following matchup, LGD versus Snake. That would be really epic. But we still have to get through RM versus LGD. And they have some nice picks right there. With this Evelynn, they may surprise by a little bit, and they may create the pressure, because a lot of pink wards will have to come out from LGD's pockets.
And it's time for our second best of 3 of the night. RM, of course, they'll be in the blue. Their lineup's going to be 2 CM. Most likely their jungler is Juan, but I don't think that's... we might actually have a different one in there. A little bit rusty on my Chinese there. Of course, 0v0. Maybe that's like the most epic team fight you'll ever see, where nobody survives, and at the end it's just 0 people alive. But then 9769, or 9769 and Luo, will be the bottom lane, the duo there. Go ahead and introduce LGD and take us into the 1v1, Nero.
Yeah, so we do have 17 in the top lane. As I said, he went into this lane in exchange for Star. I was playing earlier for LGD, each one in the jungle, Wayless in the middle lane, and XQ, also a new guy, with PYL in the bottom lane, because SDYZ got banned for half a year from professional play due to breaking a contract and willing to go to another team in the LSPL, actually, not in the LPL.
Exactly, so LSPL still serious business, and we'll see how serious RM are going to be. Probably just starting off on their own side of the map, so I think most of the games that we've seen in LPL start with more horizontal jungling than they do vertical. And it looks like LGD are going to be the team that might look for an invade, but once again, PYL knows that Bush is warded out because he saw 9769 drop it earlier on, so LGD have revealed themselves, revealed their strategy. We'll just be going for a little bit of counter jungle to start things off with a duo lane matchup in the bottom. No lane swaps to start things off.
Yeah, and that is a thing that we haven't seen for a long time, actually, for a few days. And yeah, it is not the 4 men in the jungle. It's not going to be the 4-man ganks and stuff like that.
Oh, but Ignite burning down there in the mid lane. Hits a 1v1 solo kill. We didn't even see most of it happen. It was Wayless dropping the Ignite in the early Q's landing. 0v0, 0v1 in the mid lane in favor of Wayless.
Yeah, definitely. Coming out on top right there. And wait, as we said about how aggressive of a mid laner he is, and he shows it.
And Syndra, the perfect champion for that. Maybe Orianna, too defensive for that to be expected, but still some incredible play. Now, PYL actually in a little bit of trouble for. He's forced to flash back out there. XQ's going to take an empowered play in auto. So, some nice aggression there. RM starting to win out that bottom lane.
Yeah, PYL
Oh, RM's looking for the smite steal. He's staying just out of range of Jarvan. Jarvan's kind of microing back towards him, looking for the smite, and he gets the smite steal. No blue buff for you, Twan. Nice play there from Evelyn. She's using that stealth for a little bit of a sneaky steal. Now PYL is going to get flayed back after the grab lands. Going to block out that auto attack coming out. 9769 is going to have to dial a different number to pick up a kill in the bottom lane.
Yep, they still use up the heal though, which is a little bit of a disadvantage for LGD at the moment. They don't have the flash and the support, and they don't have the heal on the AD carry. Chuan is waiting. Chuan will be going for this bottom lane though.
Yeah, he's angry. He missed that blue buff. And that will set him a little bit far behind in mana. You can see, oh, but the Braum passive hits. We got the concussive blows landing. Curiously enough, the Dragon Strike doesn't reach. Not sure it would have been enough to pick up the kill, but Chuan had the right idea. No kills just yet down in the bottom lane.
He was really low on health, so he didn't want to go in underneath the turret. But yeah, missing this Q. Well, a little bit of a bad luck. The Ignite was there was the auto attacks from XQ, but there was no Dragon Strike.
Yeah, he actually did the Dragon Strike and standard combo in the reverse order so that it wouldn't pull him underneath the turret, but he was just barely out. The tip of the Dragon Strike not quite landing.
And he missed both of them. But they do have the advantage in the gold due to their middle lane first blood, so they still don't really have to worry too much about it. But yeah, this Jarvan falling a little bit behind. Look at his CS and look at him losing the blue buff.
It's really interesting to watch Wayless play because he's kind of playing without, he's playing like there is no jungler. And I think he bought a very early pink ward and dropped it down there on the top half of his lane, so he can always have that security of having at least one side of the map to back on off from. So an early pink ward buy gives him the security to still play this aggressive, even though there's an Evelyn jungle.
Yep, no problem right there. Wayless will be getting the aggression going. Well, Evelyn still should create a little bit more impact on the game than just stealing the blue buff, I think.
I mean, it was still a pretty cool steal. 9769 avoiding those concussive blows landing from the Winter's Bite. But Death Sentence on to XQ. He's going to dash himself back out. There's the Valkyrie in. Corki's going to get stunned out there. And there's that Braum passive doing work. Teleport's going to come down to the bottom lane as well. Try to help out PYL. He's going to be good to pick up another kill for himself. There's Lulu with the shield at 17. Coming in for the kill. Luo might try for something on PYL. Needed one more auto attack, but he's going to go for some life of his own. Death Sentence pulls Schwad back into the turret. Where's the play? He's going to get a second turret shot. There's the shield from 17, saving his life. And a nice play there by Luo. Doesn't quite get himself a kill.
I don't even understand the play from Chuan. He knew that he can't really reach this thresh with his EQ combo. And he had no follow-up with the damage after that, no Cataclysm, so why did he jump in there if he knew that nothing is gonna happen after all?
He's trying to be scary, Nero. He's trying to send a message.
Maybe for the EQ from the Lulu, creating a little bit more range for the Glitter Lance. That may be the reason.
Even still, I'm not sure that would have been enough damage. Would have been close, but still no kill there for the Jarvan. Nice play there by Luo as well. Trying to turn it around, but one turret shot, too few to pick up that kill. And even with Phosphorus Bombs missing down there, you can see RM starting to fall maybe just a little bit behind. But oh, there's the flash body slam, knocking Wayless away, but he immediately flashes that explosive cast, gets himself back to that turret in time. Wayless, that is a crazy gank coming in. I I didn't see 2 centimeters even there. There's a big Gragas. He's a little bit more than 2 cm, but we'll see if this bottom lane can turn it around. RM, they got Luo there to face tank things, but all prompt passive. You gotta keep an eye out for it. RM backing off. They know their jungler's there, so we'll see if Chuan has any plans for going in for some aggression.
Yeah, it's Chua actually, but still.
Yeah, that's right.
He was in the middle lane, and he didn't actually do much, but he was there, so one bad step.
Grabbing on a PYL, and yeah, there's the Evelyn right on time. Grabbing the kill through the Ignite, actually stole that one away, and XQ, now he's a little bit lonely in there in the 1v3. Nice to see Chua finally finding a gank.
Yep, that's really good for him, and RM are coming back in the kills, coming back in the gold, and now they're playing an even game versus LGD. That's a surprise. Well, LGD actually looking a little bit over-aggressive right here.
For a brief moment, LGD are actually behind 100 gold. They're down in the gold. Okay, well, that's a little bit too much to get excited about. Death Sentence gets dashed away from with that relentless pursuit. 9769 and Lewis still getting some good damage, good hits down there on that bottom turret.
You know, at LGD, they are like going into this matchup, and everyone knows that LPL versus LSPL team, okay, obvious outcome, but LGD, they're playing it recklessly with the dives right there, wasting their flashes for nothing, etc., etc. So, well, they have to not be so overconfident.
You can just see that illustrated by the pink ward in the top half of the mid lane, and Wayless going for that solo kill early on. Just completely disrespecting the jungle, or at least the Evelyn. Not really paying too much attention to that. And so LGD, they're gonna ward up, at least clear out some of this ward vision, and look for their first dragon of the game. It's gonna be a TP coming in. 2 CMs there in the back lines. Dragon gonna start to dish out some damage onto him. PYL slows him down. I think LGD just using this global objective to try to bait for it. 2 CM's gonna go in, but it's a death sentence onto Wayless. He gets taken out. Ignite's burning down on a 9769. He's gonna need to dial 911 to save his life. He gets out alive. Just barely surviving. That's a 1 for 0. Wayless getting caught by a nice death sentence from Luo.
Also, this dragon was so low that RM could have tried to go for it, because just a smite from Evelyn would have made it. With a little bit of damage from the Gragas, and well, LGD were trying to bait for a fight, but they lost this fight, so why did they really want to bait it out? Now, Whale is getting caught by the death sentence, and once again, this death sentence is playing such a huge role, it always hits.
And a very different Thresh strategy between this game and our previous series. I believe it was it Colin who was playing Thresh?
No, it was Mad.
Oh, that's right. It was Mad playing Thresh. Mad would always go for the fillet and then the death sentence. But this time, hey, if you're going to hit the death sentence every time, you might as well be Luo and try to throw it out all the time. RM now with dragon plans of their own. See if they can take this one down. No contest here from LGD. Gonna be coming a little bit late to the party. Chuan still wants to get in there, but Smite's good. RM take down dragon number 1.
Right, so if you think about it right now, PYL is hyped up as such a good support player and as such a good Thresh player, but he actually failed it in the LPL last time. So Luo picks up this Thresh and shows him how to play this champion and really making the plays for his team. 1 kill and 2 assists, 100% kill participation for now. Luo being a big point in RM's lineup.
Oh, miss on the big one there for 9769. It's going to be a while, but Brahmo just going in, no questions asked. PYL just knows when to go, and he's going to get that Braum passive stacked out. There is the Unbreakable, getting him tanky underneath the turret. He is tanking it up. They're going for 2. Luo gets the flay back in, and it's going to be PYL going down. So with his last breath, Luo claims another soul for his lantern, but it's a 2 for 1 exchange in favor of LGD.
Really good box coming out of him, then really good death sentence to stop XQ from dealing damage, even getting a kill on top of that. Well, I thought that he is going to save his Corki, his AD carry, but didn't work out in the end. Still, got a kill, getting the best of it all.
And now going back in there. Oh, the flash through the Cataclysm. Brilliant play there by Evelyn, taking down Lucian, and now actually has kill potential here on Chuan.
No man
Holy hell. That was crazy turning around. Command Shockwave's out there in the mid lane just to try to keep 0v0 alive in the 1v1. The flash through Fran, the Q. Too good there from Wayless. He's going to pick up his second 1v1 kill onto that Orianna.
The aggressive flashes doing everything right here. Evelyn getting kills with aggressive flash in the bottom lane, and now Syndra getting a kill with aggressive flash in the middle. But yeah, Chue playing so well right there, getting 2 kills. Java had no mana at all after using this Cataclysm, so not even it didn't save his AD carry, it even made him go down.
And keep in mind, like, you gotta know the mentality from Evelyn to go for such a crazy aggressive play. LGD is a team you see on TV every week. Like, these guys are no joke in the LPL, and LSPL coming in with some flashy plays, making them work. Bottom lane getting that 2 kills for the jungle. And to be honest, RM are going to start to need that pressure out there. You can see Luo and Evelyn, they're just waiting around the side. Might go in for this big 4-man dive.
They might.
Oh, but Death Sentence lands on XQ. They get the Phosphorus Bomb. There's a dive from behind. I don't think that was a little bit aggressive there from Luo, because now all it's going to be Evelyn going down. They didn't kill the turret. It was just DPS, and the auto attack from Phosphorus Bomb, rather. 9769 is dialing himself some kills as he finds 2 there. It's a 2-for-2 exchange after a little bit of a crazy dive, but still a good fight for RM.
This time around, Chuan had a little bit of mana to try and run away from there, and he did. But yeah, this turret wasn't 100 health for the whole time, and Evelyn was trying to destroy the turret and not dealing the damage. And this fight was so chaotic for RM. Really bad planning, bad shot calling. They should have just taken down the turret first.
And we're talking about what Tron can do with mana. There you go, taking down 9769. Of course, 0v0 dying 1v1 again. You just can't stay alive there. A little bit of a missed body slam there. 17 running for his life there. Both champions slowed out. 2CM looking for the next roll. The barrel there gets the hit. He's going to drink it down. Flash away. 17. Stays alive. 2CM knowing his power. Taking the turret now. Oh, Chuan in a little bit of trouble. There's PYL with the slow flash over the wall. Chuan's going to be able to live. He's going to stay away. Not going to go down. Of course, my vocal cord is going to take the hit for that gank. Well, I try to get things back under control. Nero, break down that gank. Why on earth is Chuan able to continue to survive?
The first thing that I want to talk about is this Gragas had the flash, so he could have just followed 17 and got a kill, but he didn't have the vision, so he didn't know where Wayless was. A little bit of a pity. RM could have got a kill in the top lane. 1v1 would have been a good one.
2-man flay. There's the box as well. PYL gonna sacrifice himself there in the back, and now Luo's looking for the death sentence. Finds it on to XQ. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. There's 2CM there as well. RM with some nice plays. The TP just in the nick of time. Oh, command shockwave on to Wayless. They've got RM's jungler there. The all-in counter attack there from Wayless will get himself 1 kill. The ignite's burning down. Turret shots not enough. And there's the lantern for some extra help. RM, some perfect rotations, staying alive there. His explosive casket cancels the flag and drag. Chuan not finding his way into that fight, and some brilliant play. RM just coming out of nowhere. 11-10. And a 2,000 gold lead here at 15 minutes.
Yeah, so a nice deny from this Gragas, but yeah, everyone just going down, and what a perfect flash coming out from OVO. Just throwing out the shockwave, flashing next to the place where he was, just to not get hit by Wayless. In the end, still dies, but that was a good one. And RM still having the kill lead, still being even in the turrets. And that's just such a weird game.
Now, the big thing that separates LSPL teams traditionally from LPL teams is their ability to close out games. So while it's pretty good early game performance here from RM, able to get kills and this gold lead, it's how much they can keep this as we head into like the 25-30 minute mark, where big plays and strategies start to matter more and more. LGD starting things off with an early dragon of their own, right on respawn. Back to take dragon number 2.
Having such a good thresh, though, they don't really have to worry about the late game, because if they get a good catch, they will be able to finish off the game easily. But yeah, talk about this thresh too. He has 3 kills, and his AD carry has 3 kills. So he's taking a little bit of this for himself. But yeah, that definitely awards his perfect plays. The death sentence is always there.
Now, last time LGD tried this, they actually wound up getting Wayless caught by a death sentence from Luo. So you can see this time around, Wayless waiting way towards the back. He's letting the front line do its work. Now, Chuan gonna jump into basically the entire team, stuns off onto Evelyn. Wayless, though, gonna be forced to throw out his ult. He's still in there doing damage, but look at the turnaround. 0v0 lands a huge command shockwave. There's 2CM diving down towards the back line, and 9769 flashing away. He's still in this, and 17 now in a 1v3. Turns on the Whimsy, gonna try to get himself out alive. There is the flash flay from Luo. Now we're just looking for the death sentence. Lands, and that's why they call it a death sentence. Another kill here for RM, and in a 2-for-1, they're gonna take down Dragon as well off of an incredible team fight. What went so well that fight for RM?
Well, once again, LGD's decision making. That's what went well for RM. They are once again baiting something out when they can't really make it happen. They're looking for a fight versus RM, and RM is simply winning all these fights because they have such a good thresh with the CC. Just not letting LGD do what they want to do. Even though the solution already has an infinity edge, he's dealing a lot of damage. He can't really pull it off. He was on the top of the fight, pretty much running away. Not really doing the damage. And once again, the dragon goes down, and RM get it. And no problem, they will have the gold lead.
Hanging on to that gold lead. LGD just getting out team fought there. They split in a strange way. 9769 got the body blocking he needed, and 0v0 had a big shockwave right around that elbow bush to catch out LGD in a place they did not want to be. And Wayless needs to not only dish out the damage, but stay alive here. There's command shockwave. Wayless getting blown apart. 0v0's got that kill, and now they're going to catch on to Chuan for bonus points. RM just cashing it in, and off of 2 kills and a kill onto the LGD jungler, they're going straight to Baron.
Yeah, and once again, just blowing them up. Well, RM coming out on top, simply coming out on top of the matchups. That is incredible. No one expected that to happen right here. Maybe this little lead in early was good, but not such a big one.
Smite's good there from Evelyn. Flash out from PYL is going to get the giant growth. 2. Still not good enough to keep him alive. XQ's going to get in there for a nice snipe, but he dove into the middle of the enemy team. It's 9769 who dies, but it's a 2-for-1 and a Baron buff for RM.
Yeah, definitely once again winning the little exchanges. Maybe the big team fights don't really happen. There's no aces or 4 kills or something like that, but still 2-for-1 is always better for the one that gets the 2 kills. That's simple math. And now it got bigger and bigger. 5 kills difference, the Baron difference. They got the third in the middle lane. Getting it better and better for themselves every single time they go for anything.
Now keep in mind, LGD, though they are a team that has been in LPL for a very long time, their current roster is actually a little bit varied. They have 2 guys who are in LPL for basically since the beginning of its inception. I think that's PYL and Schwan. But then they got 17 from Solo Q, and then Wayless and XQ straight out of the LSPL. That's where RM are hailing from here tonight, and they're looking good. First Baron on their champions. We'll see what they can do with it. Looking to push down the mid lane.
Yeah, and RM having such a huge lead. Right now they can do whatever they want all around the map. The next dragon, I don't think that the LGD is even gonna go and contest that.
Death sentence lands onto XQ. What on earth, Luo? If anybody's getting MVP this game, it is definitely him. So incredible death sentence, grabs out XQ. And honestly, he's running by himself through an unwarded jungle. Gotta be careful. Now 2CM just zoning out Chuan. Gets the knockback. Still gonna force him back into the base there with that standard. Dive through on the turret. Who's the one taking it up? It's 2CM. He's pretty tanky right now. Has that Iceborne Gauntlet and the Spirit Visage. So he's gonna be very tanky. Tons of regen. And the ability to drop a lot of CC when he needs it.
So many good supports we see today. Luo with this perfect thresh. Colin with a Leona out of this world is just incredible. LSPL is holding so much talent, and now I already know what that means when everyone was talking about it.
Yeah, we already saw Snake with a dominant performance. Now it's RM looking good as well. And there we go, taking down the first base turret of the game. We got PYL there, just trying to zone out. Wayless in the back there. He's going to get a stun, but he can't get it right into the meat of the fight there. He needs to get in for some more damage. 0v00 live command. Shockwave back in the back. Going to just melt down XQ. Chuan, they're both dead. 17. Now he's going to go down to the big one from RM. It's going to be 9769. Gotta get my numbers right. He's getting everything right there in that fight. 5, 4, and 11, but Wayless just too far out of the fight, and big engage works out. RM taking down that first big base crack of the game.
Yeah, it's not only the Corki, it's just RM getting whatever they want. With the hooks that Luo provides, it's just easy for everything. If they want to go for a dragon, no problem, one catch, one pick. The kill will provide them the dragon. The same goes for Baron. The same goes for the base.
Just everything. Yeah, and keep in mind, that's, what is that? 14, 4, that's 18 out of 21. Kill participation there for Luo. He's just been in everything. Impressive Thresh play and just impressive duo lane. 9769 as well. Corki is working out against the 2-7 Lucian. XQ. Got to work on that position. Tough to stay alive against 2CM's Gragas bouncing him back in every fight.
Yeah, it's not the...
Okay, the flash death. What on earth, Luo? How does he do it? The grab onto Wayless is good. RM gonna start this fight off with a 1 for 0. Another death sentence, this time on a 17. Stop it, Luo. They're just LPL players. Luo finally dies there underneath the turret. 17's gonna fall there in the back to 9769. XQ still trying to dish out that damage, but he's not gonna be able to stay alive as 0v0's back in for another kill. It's 4 for 1 off of Luo with the manliest hooks I have ever seen. I don't know if he's like taking lessons. I think Kiwi Kid did something like that in NALCS. But he's taking it to a whole nother level. The biggest flash hooks of his life.
Yeah, but it was an impossible hook. Like, it barely hit Wayless. It was just one pixel that made it happen.
It was through the minions, too. Like, they were right there. And he still gets not one grab, but 2 before he finally goes down. RM. Holy cow.
Getting 2 inhibitors already. And the Baron will be spawning in 2 minutes, and guess what? They will take it easily because I don't see LGD contesting anything right now. They should be so scared of their enemies.
Yeah, for the most part, LGD are going to be back in their base. They've lost 2 inhibitors, and they're the 2 best inhibitors to take down, too. Like, if you take top inhibitor on really either side, it puts you in a good position to push that lane out and still be near Baron. But when you take mid and bottom lane inhibitors, you have to be as far away from Baron Nashor as possible. So easy takedown coming up here for RM, if they want to go for it. Like, Baron's where games are won and lost, so always the potential for a turnaround.
Well, with this big lead, with 2 inhibitors down, with not many turrets on LGD side, with 12k gold difference, I don't think so. Even a Baron, or maybe even 2 Baron throws, wouldn't make it turn around.
Not sure what to say about this so far. It's kind of the Luo show from that bottom lane. The presence of mind to flash over that wall and go over the hook, like, that is a very low percentage play. Unless you just know you're going to hit the hook. So Luo, obviously, with the foresight, making it happen.
So 2 big things. First of all, LGD is banning Thresh next game, no questions asked. Second of all, it's the first LPL versus LSPL matchup. So LSPL coming out on top, looking so good. It's just incredible. Finally, Luo misses 1 hook.
Yeah, so we can count that as 1 miss in the column where basically everything else is hits. Glitter Lance over the wall on a 2CM. No attempt by PYL to try to blow somebody up. He doesn't have a Void Staff, so the Death Cap into... it was actually the first item by Morellonomicon into Death Cap. A lot of damage, but it's not going to work against... Look at all the MR that's stacked up and the Agents of the Legion as well. RM going to be a very, very tanky team. Pull back in on to Chuan, chunking down to half health. Just looking for this inhibitor kill. RM trying to body block it out. Death Sentence will miss, and there is the second takedown of the bottom lane inhibitor. RM having their way here with the LGD base.
Yeah, they just need the top lane right now. The minions will be stacking up right there. Maybe they will take down this inhibitor turret quite quickly, and well, with 3 inhibitors, with the Baron most probably, it'll be really easy.
LGD know that RM are going off towards Baron, and after shoving out their mid and bottom lanes, are we going to see LGD try to contest this? They're pushing up. This could be the turnaround or the end of the game. Now, RM is going to actually have their 80 carry Valkyrie back over the wall. 9769 safe. Baron down to half HP, and RM will back away, letting the super minions do their work, pushing up that mid and bottom lane. Luo gets hit by the slow and pauses to laugh. RM's just going to go right back on the Baron.
Yeah, Luo just being the boss in this game.
RM definitely know what they're doing. Still have to watch out for the LGD attempt at the steal. Baron very low. Where's the smite? It's missed there by Chuan. Smites early. There's the culling coming in from the back lines, but XQ not able to find just about anything. The big death sentence lands again, and while RM are all backed up, clumped up, XQ, the body slam, the auto attacks, it's good. 2CM taking him out. Now 17. Fighting off against Evelyn's gonna have to take the long way home. TP's down to the bottom lane as Gragas still looking to push in onto the base. He's got double super minions there to back him up as the rest of RM push in for the win. 4 dead for LGD. RM looking to close it out.
Yeah, I don't see 17 defending this one all by himself. This is an incredible play by RM getting the win against LGD. Who has expected that? Maybe I don't know, maybe someone was, but it's just incredible. In the LPL, there was a matchup like Young Glory versus LGD. Okay, that can happen, but something like that is just incredible.
Yeah, that is going to be a 1-0 so far, this best of 3. LSPL lead with a 1 game advantage. So big plays there. RM, they started it off with a little bit of a rusty start with 0v0 losing a 1v1 to Wayless, but it just came back with a big play. Evelyn double kill in the bottom lane, and then just combo after combo working out. 9769 also a monster Corki play, but it's all about Luo. Let's just be honest, his thresh is never going to be allowed again.
Definitely, but what if he does so well on any other support? What if he goes for the big solar flash that we have seen from Colin in the previous game? LGD, they can't really make that bottom lane happen. They might go for the 2v1 though in the next game, because PYL is like the key member in LGD, and if he doesn't do well, his team morale goes down because he's the captain. Well, they need to make the bottom lane work.
That's going to do it for our first game, but it's a best of 3, so LGD still with 2, possibly 2 more shots to come back in this series. I mean, they're representing the LPL against the LSPL team. RM looking very good. Maybe some weaknesses in their individual laning mechanics, specifically that mid lane matchup, but as soon as the jungle comes back in, honestly, Wayless's positioning that game was very suspect. Got grabbed out a couple of times, and well, that's going to be all she wrote for game number 1. We're going to take a quick break before we come back for game number 2. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes as LGD look to bring it back against RM here in the Demacia advantage.
Yeah, definitely. LGD coming in with the advantage. But talking about RM, they have the jungler Shuei right there. And he seems to be playing a lot of Vi lately. So he definitely loves that champion. And he has some other junglers up his sleeve. But if LGD come out with a Vi ban, this may get a little bit rough for RM, because they definitely want to get their comfort picks, especially facing off such a team.
Alright, well, we're going to be hopping into game 2 here, or series 2, second series of the night here in just a minute. At least, hopefully, just a minute. I wish I could figure out as many fun and interesting things to talk about as these Chinese casters. Most importantly, I want to know what is on those cards that they hold up. I'm thinking their votes. We'll get a chance to find out as we move on through the standings. Of course, Demacia Cup action is only here. It's 1 day a week, so you better get it while you can. We already saw one best of 2 with Snake moving on over 2-0 over Ray. But now we have to find out who their competition are going to be. And like I said, in one of the first battles between an LPL and LSPL team, it'd be really cool to see how the amateur scene stacks up against the pros. That's what I love about the way that LPL has kind of changed. Like, they always
being the aggressive kind of mid laner, showing a lot of strength, playing this LeBlanc actually, who would rather get picked into the support role rather than into the middle lane in the LPL, but actually bringing up it into the middle, playing it really well, and he's showing a lot of good performances. But yeah, PYL being their captain right now, they are still looking for the best performance that they can pull off.
Now to talk about LGD's competition, here tonight it's RM. And RM are an LSPL team that, I mean, they look okay. They can split 1-1 versus most of the teams that they play against, but they've currently sitting at, I think, 10th in the LSPL scores, so they're not, they're kind of occupy the same space that LGD does in LPL, both kind of middle-of-the-run teams in their respective tournaments. So, should be an LGD favored matchup, but RM can pull the upset. They have picked up 2-0 victories before. I think their only 2-0 win this season has been versus Energy Pacemaker Carries. So that's a team that we actually saw in the beginning phases of the Demacia Cup, but can't remember exactly how they did there. So both teams have professional experience, but LGD coming in with the have the possibility of getting new teams in. And so this season we have Young Glory and World Elite Academy coming in as extra teams in LPL. But we'll see if we can get even more competition between the two teams as we hop here in to the Champion Select for Picks and Bans game or series number 2, LGD. They'll be the team on the right-hand side in the red, and they'll be facing off against the RM, the LSPL representatives in the blue.
Alright, so there comes the Jax ban against 17. So he's one of the newer guys in the LGD, actually. They're exchanging their top lane as Star. But yeah, this Jax ban, and yeah, so RM can do the research easily, but is LGD actually interested in the LSPL teams while they are playing in the LPL? Do they really do the research on the low enemies that they will be facing, so to say? Because I don't really see that 5 ban coming out as of yet, and there's a Rengar instead.
That's true. Interesting that they banned the Rengar. I feel like that Rengar ban is more of an LPL ban rather than a team-specific ban versus RM. Because at least the way that RM have been playing most recently, Chue is a Vi player. He's been playing pretty much nothing of a Vi recently. We'll see if he brings that out or if LGD target. But in the LSPL, still looking incredibly strong. Currently in 3rd place there, and moving on to face the winners of our second best of 2.
Yeah, so it is going to be LGD versus RM. I'm definitely hyped up to see this matchup, but will RM are kind of a mediocre team in the LSPL, so I don't really see them winning here. But if they can show something impressive, I'll definitely be happy with that.
Yo, big thing to point out is that this is the first time in the Demacia Cup where you have RM as an LSPL team facing off against LGD, one of the middle teams in the LPL. So the battle between the amateurs and the pros, it's going to come head-to-head here tonight in the Demacia Cup. LGD, always that LPL team that can kind of beat all the lower teams and lose to all the higher teams. They've had some shining spots, and one of them has been a new player to this season's LGD roster, and that has been Wayless. So talk a little bit about where Wayless came from and what he's doing, what he's looking like so far.
Yeah, so he's coming from LPL, from actually being one of the most impressive mid laners right there. He got sucked up into the LGD slide lab. Now he's doing really well in the LPL. Actually, his team is not doing so well, but he's still...
部队里面有一个角色就叫 Snake，
对的，
对吧？然后就黑的那个，
对的，
然后那个白的那个叫什么 White Storm， 风暴对吧？
对，
白色风暴，反正就很有气。叫 Snake 还叫的还是蛮多的。我当时忘了问，就他们为什么一开始队名叫 Snake？ 我觉得蛇这个还
蛮凶的感觉。
感觉有点凶，不过蛇也分很多种类型了，就是有那种攻击性很强的，也有那种见人就跑的，这也是有
胆小的蛇对吧？
对的，胆小的那一种。
那接下来这场就是老干爹，说为什么说到 ID 呢？老干爹这个 ID 上一周小白来的时候说，哎，你们老干爹辣酱赶紧搬一箱过来。然后他们说自己其实已经好久没有吃到老干爹的辣酱了。
这什么概念？赞助他们？
哎，真的有老干爹这
个？
个辣酱吗？
有啊
就叫老干爹。
那不然为什么他们叫老干爹？
不，连我都知道你。
我一直记得有一个辣酱叫做老干妈。
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Demacia Cup. Of course, coverage in English here on Twitch TV. Brought to you in part by your friends at Gosu Gamers and Games in Asia. My name is Rapid. I'm here with Nero, and we'll be covering the Demacia Cup for tonight. We're just going to be heading into our second best of three of the evening. Of course, if you guys missed the action between Snake and Ray, our first two teams, it was a dominant 2-0 victory for Snake over Ray. Snake looking incredibly strong. Not sure if they're quite ready to hit the LP